your story. Together, you will influence how it takes shape. Each of you, as the protagonist, will continue to develop and grow as individuals and together into the characters of your life. Today marks the start of a new chapter in your story as a couple that started long ago, and we are so excited to see how it unfolds.
Having Julia in our lives has been a gift. Her dad and I have had the honor and the pleasure of watching Julia grow up from a very expressive baby girl to a quietly confident and compassionate young woman whom we love beyond words. When we met Michael, we could hear in her voice and see in her eyes that this relationship was special.
Michael was the only boy in U.S. Field Hockey Ultimate Middle School in the whole southern region of the United States. The only boy in middle school to take dance class. He's always been true to himself, and I've always been so proud of that and so in awe of that. When we met Julia, I knew immediately that she was special. Of course, she's beautiful inside and out. She's thoughtful, warm, genuine, but most especially Julia, and we've heard this before, is incredibly authentic and real. She was clearly someone who was true to herself, and in that, I knew immediately that Mike had found the perfect life partner.
Shortly after Mike started his sophomore year of college, we would soon learn of an intelligent, beautiful, coincidentally Italian-Irish brunette from Mike's accounting class that had caught his attention. When we met Julia, we knew Mike had found someone very special, a true gem, one-of-a-kind person that you don't come across often. Like Mike, Julia is sincere, authentic, and thoughtful, while also being determined, driven, and humble. From the start, Julia was able to seamlessly blend with our family and somehow find her voice despite having 3 gregarious Sicilian women to compete with for airtime. Julia and Michael, I cannot think of a stronger, more compatible couple than the two of you. In your nearly 10 years together, you've experienced tremendous growth. You've blossomed from a college romance to lifelong partners. You've endeavored through long distance, living cities apart for years at a time. You've traveled to numerous places across the world together. As I think about what the two of you have built together, you've been steadfast and unwavering in your commitment to each other. As individuals and as a team, you are reliable, dependable, consistent, and true to yourselves. You are loved and respected by those closest to you. You are the couple that others aspire to be. You share similarities in your core values and things that matter most, but you are different in ways that complement each other and will make you stronger as a unit. I am confident that this strong foundation you built will only continue to grow as you start your life together as a married couple. I would love to be able to tell you the return on investment of marriage. One article cited that marriage saves anywhere from $480,000 to $1 million over a lifetime, through tax perks, shared living expenses, or retirement benefits. However, no complex model or predictive analytics can quantify the indelible impact marriage will leave on you. Putting aside the numbers and dollars, the bottom line is this: the investment, high. The return, significantly higher. Julia's grandmother, Rose, who could not join us in person, wanted to share a few words of wisdom. First, that she knew from day one the two of you were a good match, and that Julia would make an absolutely stunning bride, and I mean, we all knew that to be the case as well. And second, as you move forward into the next chapter together as a married couple, remember the following. Avoid an argument if you can, and always love each other no matter what. Michael, do you take Julia to be your wife?
I do.
Julia, do you take Michael to be your husband?
I do.
By the power invested in me, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
I love you so much.
For the first time, I am honored to announce Mr. and Mrs. Rotundo.
I remember when Mike and Julia became Mike and Julia, and nearly a decade later now, today is just such an incredible way to finally celebrate you both. Mike is an investor, which is all about making the right decisions, and he's clearly very good at it because marrying Julia is the best decision that he'll ever make. But Julia, just to make sure you feel confident in the investment you're making in Mike, I pulled together a short investment memo on what you're getting out of this guy. And now it's important to know, all investments have pros and cons, merits and risks. And I know you're all thinking, cons, risks, this is Mike Rotundo we're talking about. He's handsome, successful, a great dancer. Risk number one, maybe too much dancing. Yes, Mike can be a bit of a dancing queen, but we actually view this as a positive because if you ever find yourself in a Carnival Cruise dance-off or really any situation where you need to settle your disputes with dance, Mike is a good one to have on your side. Now, luckily, the risks stop there and the merits far, far outweigh the risks. Mike is incredibly smart, thoughtful, kind, funny, all the things you want. And on top of all that, I think there are two unique qualities that really stand out. And the first is the impact that Mike has on all the people around him. If you look around this room, Mike's class from school is here, his class from Harris Williams is here. All these people traveled far distances to be here today because Mike's able to build relationships that stand the test of time. He's just an undeniable force in every room that he's in, and I'm excited to see the relationships that you two continue to build together in the future.
Having gotten to know Mike over the last 8 years, I've come to learn that Mike is one of the most easygoing and selfless people I know. He is up for anything, anywhere, anytime, and more importantly, he prioritizes Julia and her happiness. He's been committed to her and to making their relationship flourish during some of the most transformative times in life. During college and post-grad, you two have grown together and have always made an effort to intertwine your lives together despite being miles and miles apart. When I first met Mike, he was very polite and sweet and obviously cared a lot for Julia. I thought, okay, yeah, he's a nice guy. Then that night, I was introduced to Mike's dance moves, and I thought, oh wow, he has a lot more layers than what meets the eye. There's no denying how deeply Mike loves Julia and that he will do whatever he can to make her happy. In writing this toast, I've realized that for over half the years that I've been friends with Julia, there has been Mike. So if I have to pass the baton of being Julia's best friend to anyone, I'm glad it's you.
It means so much to me to be the father of the bride. Mike, I'm confident that you will love and cherish Julia as much as Karen and I do. A couple words of advice. Always remember this day I remember my same day in February. It's going to be 35 years with this one here. So remember this day and remember what brought you two together, and know that we'll always be here and love you and support you, and we're so proud of you both.
Thank you all for coming, and this is a fantastic night. One of the themes that has come forward is family, and it's wonderful that we now have become yet a new and extended family. So please give all of yourselves a round of applause for that, if you will. So, family is incredibly important, and tonight we are all together to in part nurture it and bring it to the next level, and also, of course, to celebrate it. Grandma Rose could not be here tonight. She said something that I will never forget, and that I have said now many times, really impacted my own perspective on life in many ways. She said, you never have too many people to love or too many people to love you. Just such a simple, beautiful notion. Just extraordinary in its simplicity and extraordinary in its complexity. Because love is one of those things. It's just a really easy concept. You can talk about love, but it's just really hard to do sometimes consistently over and over and over again for such a long time. But Rose gave us a phenomenal gift, gave me a phenomenal gift of the perspective and the importance and the beauty of family. And so I would ask all of you to raise your glasses now as we toast Julia, and we toast Michael, and we toast the family, to La Familia.